Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Lecture number 12, unit number 8, functions and graphs. In this video lecture, we will discuss the graphs of non-linear function. The non-linear functions for which we will sketch the graph are f of x is equal to x square. You see that the power of the variable is 2, so this is not a linear, so this is a non-linear. We will discuss the graph of this function. This is a quadratic function because the degree is 2. Quadratic function. We will discuss the graph of this. Then after that we will discuss the graph of f of x is equal to x cube. So this is a cubic function. We will sketch the graph of these linear functions and non-linear functions. Both of them are non-linear, and from that we try to generalize the graphs. Our target is to draw the graph of a function y is equal to f of x equal to x power n, where n belongs to natural number. Now if n equal to 1, so f of x is equal to x, so that is identity function, homogeneous linear function that we discussed in previous video lecture. So that is already done. After that, when n equal to 2, so that will be the function f of x is equal to x square. What will be the graph of this function? And then when n equal to 3, so that become f of x is equal to x cube, so that will be the graph of f of x is equal to x cube. Now you will see and remember the shape of f of x is equal to x square and the shape of the graph of f of x is equal to x cube. So whenever n is greater than or equal to 2 and that belongs to set of natural number, and that n which is greater than or equal to 2 is even, so let's say x power 4, x power 6, x power 8, so all those graphs will be of the same shape as f of x is equal to x square. And when n belongs to natural number greater than or equal to 3 and n is odd, so all those graphs x power 5, x power 7, x power 9, x power 11, all those graphs will be in the shape of x power 3. Remember, the shape of the graph of a function is so important because graph is the curve in two-dimensional plane, and if you need to draw a curve in two-dimensional plane, actually curve is made from infinitely many points, and for each point you have an ordered pair to represent that point on the curve. So to draw the graph of a function we need infinite ordered pairs. So constructing in finite orders is not possible, so we will construct at least 2, 3, 10, 20 as much as you can, and then we will pass the graph of that function, but remembering the shape of the graph of that function. You will pass such a shape which is actually the graph of the function. So for the graph you must remember the shape of the curve that the function has in graph. So before to discuss these, I briefly revise the graphs of the linear function. So in previous video lecture we discussed this. If in this case if b is not equal to 0 and m is not equal to also 0, this is not 1, sorry, 0, then the graph of the non-linear functions is a straight line which is not passing from the origin, because there is y-intercept. When b is not equal to 0, so the y-intercept is there. So when there is a y-intercept other than the origin, so that's why that line will never pass the origin. So when a function is non-homogeneous linear function, so the graph of that is a straight line. The shape will be the straight line. It may be like this, it may be like this. These are all the possibilities of the graphs of this function, but it will never pass from the origin because b is not equal to 0. When b becomes 0, so that equation become homogeneous linear equation, and the graph of such linear equation will always pass from the origin. It may pass in this direction, it may will pass in this direction, but the point which you need to remember is the graph of the homogeneous linear function will always pass from the origin, mean its x-intercept and y-intercept is always on the origin. What is the graph of a constant function? If f of x is equal to b, whatever value you will give to the argument, you will always get b. Let's say b is equal to 2. So let's say this is 2. So the graph of f of x is equal to 2, which is a constant function, will always be a straight line parallel to x-axis. If f of x is equal to -3, so the graph, let's say this is -3, so the graph of this will be a horizontal line parallel to x-axis. So these are the graphs. Now we also discussed that if x is equal to 1, so its graph, let's say this is x is equal to 1, so its graph will be a vertical line parallel to y-axis. This is the graph of x is equal to 1. Let's say if x is equal to -10, and let's say this is -10, so the graph will be a vertical line parallel to y-axis. So that will be the graph of x is equal to -10. So from this we conclude that the graph of x-axis, graph of x-axis is the graph of x equal to 0 is y-axis, and the graph of y equal to 0 is x-axis. So all these points we discussed in previous video lecture. Okay, now in this video lecture we will discuss the graph of these two functions, and then we will generalize. Remember how you can draw the graph. First of all, you must need to remember that what is the domain of the function. So give a value from the domain, and on that domain value the function will give you a value in output. Associate, make an ordered pair from the domain and range value. So you will get different ordered pairs, plot those ordered pairs, and pass the curve in the shape which is the graph. Remember the shape is so important in sketching the graph of a function. Remember that the graph of a function is if f of x is equal to 0 is always parabolic. Graph of f of x is equal to x square is symmetric about y-axis. This is one of the important point, and the other important point is graph of f of x is equal to x square is always parabolic. Parabolic mean U shape. So these are the two important points. Now we know that domain of quadratic function is set of real numbers. So from the set of real numbers you can choose any value and put that value in the argument of the function and construct a table. Now let's say if I am constructing a table, these are the values of x and that will be the values of the y, mean, range. So from where you will take the values of x to substitute here in the argument of the function, and that function operate on that value and get the value in the range. So the range value will be calculated by definition x square. If you put it here 2, so in the output you will get 4, because the function is defined in the shape that it will square the arguments. You see that if f x is equal to x square. So the important point here is that you can choose the values from the domain. First of all, you must remember the domain of the function which you need to sketch the graph. So let's say I put 3. So when I plug 3, so you will get 3 square, so which is equal to 9. When you plug minus 2, so you will get 4. When you plug minus 1, so you will get 1. When you plug 0, you will get 0. When you plug 1, you will get 1. When you plug 2, you will get 4. When you plug 3, you will get 9. So from here you see that I am giving the value from the range. It may be positive, it may be negative. So on both positive and negative, you will see the result is positive. So it means that the range of this function is positive real numbers. Positive real numbers mean non-negative real numbers, mean negative numbers are excluded. You clearly see that. So also remember the range. Range of f is equal to positive real numbers including 0. Okay, so for the graph of this function, so let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. This is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. So when you give the value minus 3 to this function, let's say this is 9. Let's say this is 4. And let's say this is 1. So when you plug minus 3, so you will get 9. So this is the point, this is the ordered pair. Minus 3, 9. When you plug minus 2, so you will get 4. So this is the point. Minus 2, 4. Now when you put minus 1, you will get plus 1. You see that, minus 1 plus 1. So this is minus 1 plus 1. Then when you put x is equal to 0, so you will get 0. So another point is this, 0, 0. When you plug 1, you will get 1. So this is the point, 1, 1. When you plug 2, you will get 4. So this is the point, 2, 4. When you plug 3, you will get 9. So that will be the point, 3, 9. So if you want to sketch the graph of this function, you need to pass a curve from these points. These points are enough because the curve is made from infinitely many points. So it is not possible to plot all infinite points. So you will choose some set of values from the domain, plug that in the argument, you will get the values in the range, make an ordered phase and pass the graph from those points. You remember from here that the graph is parabolic, U shape. So you need to pass the graph from these points in U shape. It will be more accurate if you use the graph paper. I'm not using the graph paper, so that's why it will be a little not like a U shape, but it is always in U shape. So when you pass the graph, so that must be in U shape. It must be in U shape. Now in this case you see that these points are not in a proper way, but that must be in U shape. You see that this is the graph, it must be in U shape. So this is the graph of y is equal to x square. You see you see it here. You clearly see this is the graph of f of x is equal to x square. You clearly see this is a U shape. When you use a proper scale and the graph paper, you will exactly get this. So this is the graph of the f of x is equal to x square. So remember the graph of f of x is equal to x square will be always in U shape. So this is the graph of the f of x is equal to x square. Now graph of f of x is equal to x cube. This is also a non-linear function. So its graph is, so you see this is also symmetric about the y-axis, mean y-axis actually split this into two same portions, same curves. So that's why this is symmetric about the y-axis. This is symmetric about the y-axis. The other explanation is, you see that in this in these ordered pair the range is 9, 4 and 1. So on the other side of the y-axis the range is also the same. So that's why this is the symmetric about the y-axis. From this we say that when the ordered pairs, the range in the ordered pairs which is lies in the first quadrant is in the second quadrant, their y coordinate is mean the range is same. So it shows that all those points are on, let's say if I take this point, so this point is 3 unit away from the y-axis. So similarly this point is also 3 unit away from the y-axis, and this point is 9 unit away from the x-axis. So this point is also 9 unit away from the x-axis. So in other words, you can you also see this. So this is symmetric about the y-axis. Now considering the drawing the graph of f of x is equal to x cube. So the graph of this function is symmetric about the origin. Let's say this is -1, -2, -3, 1, 2, 3. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. So the shape of this graph is like this. You may construct a table. How you can construct a table? You will give x here is belongs to set of real number, the domain is this, and range will be always set of y is also belongs to R, range is also negative. So you can construct a table, and when you plot those points, so you will graph in this fashion. I am directly drawing the graph. This is the graph of y is equal to R, f of x is equal to x cube. This is the graph. You must remember this shape also. You see it from here. You see, this is the graph of, you clearly see this is the graph of f of x is equal to x cube. You must see to this shape. You see it here. This is the graph of f of x is equal to x cube. Okay. Now moving towards the graph of f of x is equal to square root x. What will be the graph of the square root function? So the graph of the square root function is in this shape. So I choose graph of f of x is equal to x square. So what will be the domain? Domain is positive real numbers, because this is a real analysis. We didn't consider such values on which the square root become negative. So you will avoid those values. Mean we will avoid complex, we will avoid iota. So that's why the domain is positive real numbers. So when you are drawing the graph, the inputs must be 0 or positive. So its graph is like this. This is the graph of the square root function. It starts from here. Why? What is the reason? The reason is that its domain is 0 and greater than 0 values. Negative values are not included in its domain. So that's why the graph starts from here, and there is no curve on the negative x-axis because the domain is positive. So this is the shape of the graph of f of x is equal to square root x. So you will always remember the shapes. You see it from here. You clearly, this is the graph of, you see that this one is the graph of f of x is equal to square root x. This curve starts from 0 and goes on the positive x-axis side because its domain is positive real numbers. I explained this point because in functions and in real analysis and in calculus we avoid iota, we avoid complex numbers. So that's why the graph is not on this side. Okay, so this is the graph of f of x is equal to square root x. Now we generalize these things. So in general, you see that, you clearly see it from here. When y is equal to x, so this is the graph, straight line. So now this is a homogeneous linear equation because b is 0, so that's why it will always pass from the origin. When y is equal to x square, so that u shape will be the graph. When y is equal to x square, so that will be the graph. Now when y is equal to x power 4, so now in this case 4 is even, so the graph of y is equal to x power 4 will be also in u shape as the graph of x is equal to u square, x is equal to y is equal to x square. But this graph, as the value of the n increases and that n is even, so the graphs will shrink towards the y-axis. Its branches will be tends towards the y-axis. So it will become steeper. It will become steeper and platter. It will become platter over the interval -1 and 1, and steeper on the interval x greater than 1 or x less than -1. So, and you see, this is the graph of, this one is the graph of y is equal to x power 5. So the shape of this is as it is the shape of x is equal y is equal to x cube, but its branches will always be shrink toward the y-axis, shrink toward the y-axis. So now in general you see this, in this you clearly see that, you see here, this is the graph of y is equal to x square. It is the branches is open a little bit. Now the attached line is the graph of x is equal to x power 4. So you see that its branches is shrink towards the y-axis, mean it become platter on the interval 1 and -1. So as the value of the x, as the value of the n increases and that n is even, so the graph will be in the u shape, and as the n become greater and even, so the branches will be shrink towards the y-axis. And similarly, as the value of the y, as the value of the n, y equal to x power, that is the y equal to x power n, and when this n is 1, so the graph is a straight line. You see the red line passing from the origin. When n is equal to 3, so the graph will be the first curve. You see its branches is a little open on from the y-axis. So when this become 5, so the branches from both the sides will a little bit closer to the y-axis, and when n becomes 7, so the branches will close a little bit more towards the y-axis. So as the graph, as the values of the n increases and that n is odd, so that will be the shape of the graph. So in general, we can discuss it like this. You see it from here. From here you will get a clear picture. Y is equal to x power n is the given function, or you can say f of x is equal to x power n, and n belongs to natural number. So when n equal to 1, so when n equal to 1, so you will get f of x is equal to x. So this straight line will be the graph of y is equal to x, or f of x is equal to x, homogeneous linear line, always pass from the origin. When n equal to 2, so you will get f of x is equal to x square. So that is the graph of y is equal to x square, or f of x is equal to x square. When n equal to 3, so f of x is equal to x cube. So you will get this graph, this one, this graph, this y is equal to x cube. when n equal to 4, f of x is equal to x power 4. So the shape of this will be A is the shape of f of x is equal to x square. Mean when n is even and greater than or equal to 2, so all the graphs have the same shape, and that is U shape. And when n is odd and greater than or equal to 3, so all the graphs have the same shapes. But when the n is increasing and n is even, so the graphs will be tilted, its branches will be tilted, shrink towards the y-axis. You see that this is the graph of y is equal to x power 4. Its branches from this graph is near to the y-axis, and it is symmetric about the y-axis. And similarly, this is the graph of y is equal to x power 6. So you see that its branches is a little more tends toward the y-axis, later on the interval 1 and -1. So you see, but the shape will be the same. And when x power 5, x power 7, x power 9 and so on, so its shape will be this. And you see that when n is increasing and that is r, so the branches is more towards, this is the graph of y is equal to x power 5, y is equal to, so you see that from here, from this graph, the branches is a little more tends toward the y-axis, closer to the y-axis. And from here you see that this is the graph of y is equal to x power 7, so the branches is a little more towards the y-axis. So these are the graphs of y is equal to x power n. So these are in this you can get an idea that how you can draw the graphs, and what will be the graphs of the different function y is equal to x, y is equal to x square, y is equal to x cube, and so on. So when n belongs to natural numbers, so we discuss the graph of y is equal to x power. So this is a family of functions. And remember that y is equal to x cube, x power 5, x power 7, and x power 9 and so on. They are symmetric about the origin, and the graphs when y is equal to x square, y is equal to x power 4, y is equal to x power 6 and so on, so they are symmetric about the y-axis. So these are the graphs of nonlinear function. In next video lecture we will discuss the graph that y is equal to x power n, but in this case actually let's say we can write that n is equal to n is negative, mean belongs to, let's say, negative numbers. It is also that x power y is equal to x power -1, so what will be the graph of this? Y is equal to x power -2, so what will be the graph of this? So that will be discussed in next video lecture. But for the graphs you must remember the shape. Up to now you know the shape when the straight line, when you have a straight line non-homogeneous, so that is a straight line not passing from the origin. When it is become homogeneous, so that will be the shape of the graph. These are the horizontal straight lines are the graphs of the constant function. Vertical straight lines are the graphs of x is equal to 1, x is equal to some constant value. So you must remember the shape. And when it comes to the quadratic and cubic function, so the graphs are in U shape and symmetric about the y-axis when y is equal to x power y is equal to x power 2, and this is the graph of y is equal to x power 3. So you must remember this shape. And the graph of f of x is equal to square root x, so this is the graph of, so you must remember the shape of this graph as well. I explained this point that the curve is not on the negative side of the x-axis because the domain is positive real numbers. You always remember the domain for sketching the graph of the function. Thank you.